Hello, my name is Ben, aka Nightingale TCG, and today we are playing Kuzan. He's another one of the leaders that got quite nice support in EBO4 and will also, by the way, get more support in EBO3, which I'll be talking about more at the end of the video. But for now, the EBO4 cards that he got are this Isho, which is a really nuts card. It has a vanilla stat line, it doesn't have counter, which is normal. On play, you get to trash 2 cards from your hand, which is not a cost for Kuzan because you get the cards back, and it's even a benefit because you get to filter. And you get to make your opponent have to bottom deck 2 cards. Your opponent is the one who gets to choose, so it's a bit worse in that sense, but with how important cards in hand are in the current meta, this card is really, really strong. That on-play effect would already be strong enough, I think, but instead he also has a when attacking effect that if you put a Don underneath him, you can trash a card, which again is not a cost in Kuzan because we get to draw it back. And then you get to minus 2k power to one of your opponents, which is board control, which is all Kuzan wants to do, which is perfect. It also combos super well with the other card he gets, which is Ice Time, where you get to trash a card for 5 Don, and if your leader has a Navy type, up to 2 of your opponent's characters with 10,000 power or less cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next end phase, which means that with Isho on the board, you get to freeze 12k bodies like Newgate, or you get to freeze Law and Beppo, that is an 11k, or you get to freeze Shanks's, etc., which is really, really good. Oh, I completely forgot, you also get Bluegrass, which is a Cavendish effect, but in archetype. And you also have the on-play effect where you get to bottom deck a 1 cost, which honestly matters in this meta because Mihawk plays a bunch of 1 costs. So getting rid of at least one of them on play is like nice, because then if they like don't find stage in one of the games, it means that they can't have a reliable body on board to rest. Or if they play the Wano variant, it means that they have to find different bodies to play for Will You Be My Samurai, and so on. And bottom decking Ace, 1 cost, is pretty nice too. And the other reason it matters is because we play this Rosinante because there's a decent amount of removal in this meta. And if your opponent has annoying searchers lying on the board, then after their removal, they can easily trade into the Rosie. But if you bottom deck their searchers in the early turns with Bluegrass, then they at least have to spend a leader swing or another body swing into it, which makes Rosie a pseudo blocker in that sense. But enough yapping about the decklist for now. I'll be talking a lot more at the end of the video. This is the decklist that I've landed on after a few games and switching ratios around back and forth. I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and if you do, please consider liking and subscribing because it's free and it helps me out a lot. Thank you. Kuzan versus Kaido. He chose second. I think I'm going to keep this. Both this Rosinante as well as just having searches is going to be very useful. Let's grab... Ice Time is going to be strong too, but I think I want to just find a 4-drop at the very least in case I don't find an Isho, and I also kind of want to find my Grav Blade from this Toshigi, so hopefully we can do that. No Grav Blade, also no 5-drop, so I think I'm just grabbing another 2k and going 7. Also no Garb yet, so quite a few things missing. He plays on Nigashima and goes 6, and I think I'll counter this one. I think against Kaido, countering early is nice because leader ability is always a hassle to deal with. Let's go 6 at lead and play Bluegrass and pass. There's a queen. Cycles out the stage and searches. He gets a 7-cost Kaido. It's gonna be quite good for him next turn. Didn't have a king, so that's a positive. I think I'll take this one though. Sadly still nothing. I can play Isho, but I can also play Saka. I think I'll play Saka. Feels stronger right now. We'll then go 6 at lead and I'll trash the Bluegrass, drawing 1. There's a secondary Garb. I will then trash a Garb, give a rested Dom to my Kuzan and swing 6 again. Then I'll pass. He's still not on 10 Don on the turn where he gets to 10 Don. So next turn I think I'll play Garb into Isho into playing the Rosie so that he can't 10 cost Kaido me. Okay, he plays a Roger. It's not bad. I'll give him a 1k. 7 at lead, I'll take. Red Rock is okay. Okay, we have a few choices. We can Garb into Isho. We can also Red Rock to Roger, but I think Garb into Isho is best. So let's do that. I'll trash a Pheasant Pack, honestly, because right now we don't need it. Let's draw. And then trash. God, we're drawing so many 2Ks that I don't really want to throw. But it's the only choice we really have. So draw, draw. And then we can go 6 at Queen. There's the Tiger. Trash the Garb, draw. Go 8 leads. And then I'll play the Rosie and pass. And now he can't 10 drop Kaido because that would be like the best option for him with how wide my board is. We can obviously play 7 cost Kaido to rest his Rosie and then he has to swing into it and then next turn he can do it potentially, but that's a lot slower for him and then we can Red Rock the Roger and potentially threaten lethal even. How many 2Ks have we seen already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 12. I'll counter this one. 10 I'll take. Yeah, my friend, I think you need to read the cards I have. Let's trash the Grav Blade. All you did was kill your own Roger. Yep, that's how Rosie works. Yep, he can protect all of them. GG's. Kuzan against UP Luffy. He chose second. Our hand is like solid going first. The only problem is that we like don't get to swing at him because he's a 6k leader for the first 2 turns, but that might be alright. I think I'm keeping. The Isho itself is just so good already. And even if we don't get to play Isho, we can play Bluegrass. Honestly, I think I'm just swinging 8 here. Over playing Sengoku. We kind of have the cards we want right now. And that also ensures that we get to rip his hand. Do I early 2k this? I'll just take it. This Rosie is not bad. I think I'll swing 6. Make him discard 1. And then... Oh. I'm dumb. It's fine. I'll just play the Bluegrass. I can still Isho the turn after. For some reason I thought I was on 6 down, which I wasn't. It's gonna go 8, which I'll take. No trick on the Red Rock. He has 2 down up. I think I will Isho here. Trashing this and this. Honestly, this sequencing might be even better than playing the Isho on the turn before. Okay, bottom decks 2. I'll draw 2. I will then go 6. Discard the Borsa. I don't think that's going to come up in this matchup. Then I'll swing 6 with lead, and then I'll play Rosie. At least this way now Mihawk can't bottom deck our cards, which is very good. He finds a Sanji on the top. Let's see if he has something good to play alongside it. Roger would be worst case. He leaves it on the top, so he definitely has something useful. Goes 6, I'll give him a 1k. Which probably means it's not Roger. Could be Luffy. Okay, I'll just select the card to trash. I think... Is it Kuzan or is it Saka? I think it's Saka. Well, now I wish it was Kuzan, but it's fine either way. I'm gonna Red Rock here, I believe. Is it better to Red Rock than it is to Kuzan? Let's see. Maybe we can find a Garb here. We haven't. Let's go another 6. Let's go 8, trash this, give minus, but I'm mainly using it for the draw. Still no Garb. Uses Giant. I don't actually know if Kuzan is better or if it's just Red Rock. I feel like it's Kuzan, and then a turn after we can Red Rock. Let's trash one of these, I guess, and freeze the Mihawk and pass. And then we have Pheasant Pack. And then potentially with Isho, we get to swing at one of these characters the turn after. Draws an Usohachi off the top, and then puts it to the bottom. That's good for us. 9, I'll Pheasant Pack. Then he plays a Roger. I think I'm gonna give him 2 cards for the Bluegrass. And now I'll go 8 here. Ditch this, minus the Sanji, draw 1. Then I'll go 7 here. Trash the Kuzan, draw 1. Okay, he lets it go. Then let's go 8 at lead. Red Rock the Roger. And pass. He grabs a Giant, puts it to the top. Hopefully we can still protect our board. Nine, I'll... Do I give a 2k 1k or do a Pheasant Pack again? I'll give a 2k 1k. Sanji into another Roger. Okay. Now I'll Pheasant Pack. Draw 1. Only getting 2ks. Where the hell are our Garbs and so on? Jeez. We might be able to threaten lethal a little bit. Let's go 8 at lead. Ditch this, minus the Mihawk, draw 1. There's another Isho. Let's go 7 here. Trash this. This is a good card to draw, Ice Time. It's a very, very good card. Can swing double 8 at lead and freeze both. Here's the Giant. Let's go another 8 at lead. Trash the Rosie. Freeze both. Here's finally our first Garb. How many cards? We are 16 cards in deck. And that's our first Garb. Disgusting. How many 2Ks have we seen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 4 2Ks left. How many ice packs are we down? 2 as well? Yeah, 2 as well. Grabs a giant off the top and puts his stack to the bottom. And see if he can manage to find another Roger. 10. I honestly think I'll just counter. Just want as many swings as I can. Just leaves everything up. Okay. In that case, we know he has giant, so let's go 8. Gear 2. Now, because we know he has giant, I'm gonna go 6. Okay, then let's go 6. She'll have to take. And I'll just leave 1 up just in case. For pheasant pack, but hopefully this should be enough. GG's. Had to play that out like quite slowly. Freaking ice time came in so perfectly. But it be taking so long to see the garbs was actually disgusting. Kuzan against Ace. Whether Kuzan is playable or not in this meta is gonna depend a lot on this matchup, I think. But Red Rocks should be helpful. Same for Isho should be helpful. He took second, of course. I'm gonna mulligan this. This hand is a lot better. Let's play Toshigi and grab a Rosie, I think. Plays a Garb. Grabs a 10 drop. Then let's swing 7 and play Rosie. And then next turn I think I'm gonna play Bluegrass over Isho. So just so I can swing 6 as well. And Isho is gonna hit the turn after as well. He finds a marker of the Izo and then he finds a Red Rock. Which thankfully this Rosie is gonna be able to protect against, at least at the start. Let's go 6 at lead. Play Bluegrass. Obviously if he has Jozu, then my Rosie is gonna be gone for the Red Rock afterwards, but that's fine. I'll bottom deck the Izo, because that's gonna come in handy either way. 6 at lead, I'll give it 2k. Does Jozu. I'll trash Toshigi. And honestly, I think I'm 2k'ing this. Because I want to keep it around. Let's trade into the Garb. Let's go 6 at lead, trash Toshigi. Then let's go another 6 at lead, because 6 or 7 doesn't matter, because A still has leader ability, and then I'm gonna play Isho and keep a Don up. But what do I trash here? Do I trash Kuzan and gamble on the fact that I will find another target to play off Garb? I feel like I will. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'll pass. Then I'm gonna try to protect Bluegrass. Okay, he does take his own life to become an 8k. Just goes 10 at lead. Damn. Okay, can't play that. He's just hitting face. Okay. I think that's fine. I can play Garb into Kuzan now. I can also play Garb into Saka. Let's start off with this swing. Trash a Garb, neg the Jozu. There's an argument to swing into life here. Maybe I should have done that. Just so, because my leader and Bluegrass could still swing into the Jozu as well. But I kind of want to somewhat guarantee this being gone. He can obviously block as well. He doesn't want to though. I will still swing with Bluegrass for sure. And I'll... Oh, this Isho is tempting too. I'll ditch the Saka. Draw one. Is it Garb into Kuzan or is it Garb into Isho? I think it's Garb into Kuzan. It's just more stable. Discarding Isho. Stunning. Draw. Because this way, as long as this Isho lives, next turn we could... I mean, obviously he plays another 10 drop, it's a bit different. It takes his life again. Not having found a red rock yet is really painful. Just gonna go at life again. I might just triple 2 Kaidos. Let's go 8 at lead, ditch the Bluegrass, neg one of the new gates. Draw. Let's go another 8 at lead. Let's go another 8 at lead. He blocks them as well. I can freeze one of the, like the 10. They're one of the 10 gates with ice time. I want to keep probably one Don up. And the difference between 6 and 8 and 9 doesn't matter. So let's swing this. Ditch here. I guess I should have ditched the Garb just in case Borsa would come up for Marco. And then I'll play this, freeze here and here, draw one, and pass. Man, no red rocks has been really annoying. Does he have another 10 drop? That's pretty difficult to beat. Let's see how he swings. Whether he swings with this 10 drop. 9, I'll give him an ice pack. Draw and give him a 1k. Doesn't swing with Newgate. Alright, let's start off with an 8. Negging one of the new gates. Another one of those. Let's go another 8. Just gonna block them all, huh? Let's go another 8. Grav Blade is not it. God, I was just hoping to find a red rock, but we just don't. Keeping 2 Don up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I can swing 2 9s. So I guess that's what I'll do. Just gonna block. I'm not gonna fall for it. He definitely has like a rad beam. He would not keep a Don up out otherwise. But I think we're dead. We have a lot of counter, but 3 12ks. He might not even have to go for it. Like, he could potentially just try and clear my board and play like another Marco down or something. Pudding does it too. Pudding does it too. Unfortunate. It's mocking me. It's completely mocking me. GG. We went through so much of our deck. It definitely felt like this matchup is winnable though, despite him taking second. Kuzan against Boa. He had die roll and takes second. This is definitely a mulligan. This hand is fine. It's certainly not great because we don't have searchers. I don't think I swing here. I think I'll wait a turn. There's a Boa. It's pretty good for him. 6 I'll take just to have more option to trash with Isho. This Sengoku is 1 turn too late. Let's play Isho, trash. Sengoku for sure. Into potentially Gar, potentially 2k, potentially Pheasant Pack. I think I'm trashing Pheasant Pack. Double draw and pass. We essentially got back what we threw away. Plays a Marguerite, that's at least better than a Kuma. Trashes You'll Frighten Me and picks up the 9 drop. Goes 7, which I'll take for sure. Then goes another 7, which I'll 2k, 1k. I could potentially like trade into this Boa, but maybe for now I'll just go 6 at lead. We need to find another big body to play alongside this Garb next turn. Okay, took that, no trigger, good for us. Did he misclick that? That was like so fast. Maybe not. Maybe he was like scared of another Isho, which is understandable. Then let's play this and trash Sengoku and... Do I freeze the Marguerite? Because if he swings with this again, it's like a bit scary for him. Yeah, let's freeze the Marguerite. I feel like he has to be careful to swing with this. Unless he has another Kuma in hand, but he just tossed one. Maybe that means he does have another Kuma. I know for sure he has a 9 drop. Okay, he uses Grandma to stack a trigger. 5 at me, I'll counter. And he plays a Kuma. So his hand is the 9 drop or the 9 drop is here. And he doesn't swing. That's pretty good for me. I'll swing 5 because if he blocks here, I can swing into the Boa without consequences. But I feel like if we just spend our turn here swinging, then we play Garb into Kuzan, we're like in a completely fine spot. This one is a trigger. Okay, so he stacked a Gorgon Sister, so he still has a 9 drop in his hand. And let's go 8. And I'll just play Garb into Kuzan, leave a Don up, and I don't think we can die, and I'm pretty sure we can kill on the turn after. Does he have another trigger? Really, to kill the Isho? Okay, that might change things. Draw. Oh, there's an argument to keep this red rock, isn't there? Just to be able to go for game. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like swings. Well, he's gonna have 4 swings. I think I'm trashing the 2k and freezing the Kuma. And then pass. I want to keep this red rock to get rid of the 4-cost Boa. And I assume he's gonna play the 9 drop. Yep. Does he have 3 cards in hand to activate Gorgon Sisters? Be pretty lucky if he does. Seems like he doesn't. Let's give it a 1k here. Let's give it 2k. Let's use Pheasant Pack. And then it's Red Rock going for game time. Let's go 8. He doesn't have done up, so there's no you'll frighten me shenanigans or anything. Let's go 9. Let's go 11. GG's. Right decision to keep the red rock in hand. Kuzan versus Mihawk. He chose first. This hand is a lot better going first, so I think I'll mulligan this. Although Searcher is like... Maybe it's a keep. Maybe it's a keep. We just need to find bluegrass on 4. And having a Searcher is essentially the same as having a mulligan. There's bluegrass. Let's put the ice pack at the top and pass. The nice thing about bluegrass here is that we get to bottom deck the 1-drops of Mihawk, at least on play, which means that he doesn't get to rest him for leader ability or for Tashigi, which is kind of cool. He gets a 7-cost Shanks. That's a lot less cool. Oh, it's Wano Mihawk. I hate this version. But somehow these Mihawks always hit with this Otama. Even though the variant that plays it like only plays like, I don't know, 1 hit or something. Not 1 hit, like we need 12 hits to find. But yeah. If it hits, it's not bad. But this clear felt very good. Especially for the Wano variant. Swing 5 and pass. Need to find something else though, but Tashigi allows us to at least have a search. Okay, there's Perona. Annoying because I'd love to swing with bluegrass. I'm not gonna use that. Then let's search here. Find a Kuzan. Well, we find another bluegrass, I guess. I think it's just another bluegrass. It's better to play it down than to like search again or something, even if it means we don't have a guaranteed Garb turn, I think. So let's just do that. Nothing to bottom deck. Going 6. At least unless he has another Perona, these 2 bluegrasses are also gonna potentially be able to find us a Garb. Best case even a red rock, to be honest. Okay, he's gonna go 6. I'll 1k that. I'm gonna try and protect him as well as I can. And let's double 2k. Okay, we have a Garb. Is it just straight up playing Garb? I think it might be. It's trash. A Pheasant Peg, play Saka, draw 3, swing 5, trash Isho, I think. Swing 5, trash Sengoku. I think these ice times are gonna come in very handy. And then use Saka effect, trash Tashigi, give me a Don, draw, and swing 6. He's gonna go to 9, so he's gonna be able to play Mihawk. The problem is with the ice times is that like it doesn't prevent them from being rested, just prevents them from attacking. Ooh, what's he playing double Kiku down for? Just to Samurai? Is that worth it? He just played down 2 2Ks just to draw 2 cards. There's no way that's worth it, right? Maybe it is. If you can keep doing that every turn, then it's kind of nice. And with Tashigi, it's kind of nice. It just feels so wrong. Just certainly cycled out a lot of bricks though. With this Coffin Boat and the Samurai. See how he wants to swing. Do I bother protecting these? Because I'm not going to be able to. So probably not. Yep. Okay, he's samurais. I guess then I could have technically protected them. I just didn't think you would do that again. We could try and trade into the Tashigi. See what ice time finds us. Kind of nothing. Let's trash this. Give Saka a don. Draw one. Honestly, we could play Gion down because of how many events Mihawk plays. Let's push lead a little. Let's go 7 at lead. Decides not to defend that. Let's go 9 at lead. Use the event and 1k. Do we go 8 at Tashi now? Or do we just push at leader? Let's go 8 at Tashi. Pass. Law and Beppo is gonna be annoying because we aren't wide enough. But I think getting rid of Tashigi is nice. We also aren't able to freeze that with ice time, but we can just freeze these two again. Okay, he has another samurai. Sure. Don't mind. Plays another coffin boat. Still no red rock again in this game. Maybe I need to increase the copies. I thought with how much we're drawing and everything, having it at 2 is like fine. But apparently it's not. Alright, let's ice time again. Trash the Garb. Make those two unable to attack. Let's trash the Rosie. Give a rested on here. Draw. Do I play the Gion? The Gion is just gonna get removed, like, because he rests the Shanks. Let's go 9. 2k, 1k. Then go 8. Keep it done up. Takes the 8. Okay. Does he have another Law and Beppo? He has a Mihawk. He replaced the Perona instead of replacing the Kikus. There's no way these Kikus are that valuable. Like, am I crazy? That can't be right. No blocker, ice pack. Here, I think I'm throwing the Garb. I don't think the Garb matters anymore. Then 1k. Sure. Okay, do we try to go for lethal? Maybe I'll just go 9, and if he defends this, I'm playing Saka, drawing a bunch of cards. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. I've never seen someone, like, do that, but I guess that's because usually the Shanks is already wristed. Okay, let's play this. And then use 1 here, trash, give rested on, draw. 1. Trash, give rested on, draw. How many ice pheasant packs have we used? 2, so technically we could draw another. The difference between 7 and 8 matters though, because of DMG. So let's go 8. But the difference between 1 and 2 don doesn't matter in terms of DMG for him. use Mihawk at 2k ability and a normal 2k, and then I'll pass. Now, is he gonna DMG and try and go for it? We have a lot of counter. Okay, I'm definitely gonna pheasant pack here, I think. Or do I? Maybe I'll just 2k 1k. Because this low Beppo swing is gonna be higher. Okay, he has another low on Beppo. He rests, buffing. Okay, let's give double 2k. Let's give another 2k. Pheasant pack. Trash, draw, 2k. And now we split and go for it. Oh man, the split might not be enough. Because of the one done. It's just 10-10. 11-11. I think that's the best we have. Is it enough? He's thinking. He has a +4 event. Just needs. Then it's enough because of the Mihawk. Anyways. GG's. I'm wondering whether he. There's a waterfall. Does the other one have a trigger? That one has a trigger as well. It would have been enough either way because he can do +2 with waterfall, give a 1k, and then use Mihawk ability. So close. We saw no red rocks again. Maybe I need to up them. The ice times were so good again though. GG's. Alright, let's go with some final thoughts. I think this leader is strong. Is he top meta? I don't know. But it seemed to me that he can compete with all of the decks at the moment. I don't know about Emu because currently nobody plays Emu on the sim which is normal because everybody wants to try out all the new stuff, etc. And Emu is super boring. So that matchup might be horrible, but I also think this Isho probably helps in that matchup, so we'll see. But even though in today's video I lost the Mihawk game and I also lost the Ace game, both games felt very playable, and it felt like if in any of those games I would have drawn an early red rock, I could have kept my board control going and I would have been able to close those games out better. I also think that in the Mihawk game I might have had the option to be more aggressive instead of clearing the Shigi, but it feels weird to be aggro with Kuzan because you tend to be the control deck. Anyways, the new cards are really good. I think this Isho is really strong. I talked about it at the beginning of the video, so I'm not gonna yap about it super much more, but all three of those cards are really strong. The ice time feels like a red rock in a way, but as long as if you don't chain them, it feels like it isn't quite as strong. But if you get to chain them back to back, it's super nice. The Isho and the Bluegrass are just such quality of life changes, which makes both of going first and going second curve, especially against 6k leaders, so much easier. There's even going first, the Isho like synergizes so well with the Saka because you get to play him on 5 and on 7 you get to play Saka, use his ability to put a Don underneath Isho so that his ability is active as well. So in general, I think the deck feels super smooth. I like having 12 2Ks. I know some people in the past used to play 14, and I think that's good too because you so often have to like cycle your 2Ks away, but currently I like 12. Let's talk about my top end. The main weird thing is the fact that I include this Borsellino. It didn't come up at all in any of the games today, but the theory behind this Borsellino is that first of all, it's good into Boa, and second of all, it's good into Ace probably, is what I assume, because Marco exists. Now obviously Gravity Blade kind of takes up the same spot as Borsa does, but at least you can play Borsa of the Garp, and you can still develop your own tempo while removing their tempo, which feels nice as an option. I'm not sure if either I would probably increase this to 2 or I would decrease it to 0. I need more testing to figure it out exactly. I think you could potentially go minus on 1 Kuzan and increase the Borsa, but yeah. In general, in the past, this card was never really played in this deck. But I think there's enough relevant 4-cost bodies in the meta right now that you do get to play them. I want to talk about this Rosie some more. Against Kaido, as you saw in the game, it's like super, super good. But even against decks like Boa with the new Rayleigh, I think this Rosie is good because it lets you protect your Isho. Same most likely goes against Eam, being able to protect your Isho with this Rosie. But then in other matchups, it's completely useless, but that's fine. That's why we play it as a 2-off and it's searchable, so not anything to complain about that. One thing I'm wondering is whether we actually need 4 Garbs. The only problem is, like, we kind of only ever want to play 1. It's very rare that we want to play 2, but you want to play it exactly on curve always. So playing 4 to ensure that you see 1 is important, but I kind of could also see myself going down 1 here, up 1 on the Isho, but that just needs more testing. Let's talk about the EBO3 cards this deck gets. First of all, we get the Hina, where you get to trash a card, which is made for Kuzan. Then you get to return up to 1 character with 6-cost base power to the owner's hand. Now the problem with this is that it has to be exactly 6k base power. It can't be, it's not 6k or below or anything. But essentially this Hina takes up the same niche as this Borsellino currently does. It's to combat like Marcos, it's to combat Boa's aggression and so on. So I think this card is going to be useful to include. But it's also in a weird way sharing a spot with this Iska, I don't know how you pronounce it exactly, but the U in Japanese is always a bit weird because you tend to swallow it. So I'm just going to say Iska, where she costs 1 more and she bottom decks cards, so she doesn't bounce it. So it's all like this card is essentially better, but the problem is she's a 6k. Obviously, if you play it off Garb, that's completely fine. But this Hina, on 10 Don, you could play this Hina and this Isho on the same turn, which is pretty nice. Or you could play Hina and Ice Time on the same turn, etc. So like this 5-cost stat line over the 6-cost stat line matters a lot, because essentially by this being 6-cost, it kind of means that you only ever play her out alongside Garb. But this is an issue to figure out once EBO3 comes out. I'm just saying both of these cards are really strong as well, and can definitely are definitely cards to look forward to in this Kuzan build. And they're also 1Ks, which is nice because this deck doesn't actually run that many 1Ks. It's essentially a bunch of 2Ks to counter with, and then your searchers. And all your other stuff is bricks, but you can cycle them out so it doesn't feel like that as much. The last thing I think I want to talk about is only running 1 copy of Graveblade. Again, like I said, this Borsellino and this Graveblade kind of share a spot in my head right now. I could remove it and just add a Graveblade. But this Graveblade also shares a spot with Ice Time. And because Graveblade is searchable, I like it at a singular copy at the moment. But if I feel like I'd have more issues with the Boa matchup, I could increase this. But currently I think Kuzan struggles more. Or in general, the meta is much more tall heavy. At the beginning, I was only playing 2 red rocks, but you saw that I was struggling to find them, despite having so much draw and cycle, that I upped them to 3 now, and it feels more consistent. In terms of 2k, I think you can make like basically any choice you want. Like they so rarely come up, like any of them. The Cena is nice, because it also plays around, like, it plays around Marco Blocker, it plays around Walkery, etc. But whether you play this Zephyr or this Gion, I think is essentially the same. Honestly, if anything, I think I'd favor the Gion, because Mihawk plays so many events, then also it's most likely pesky for Emu as well, if you manage to find a nice spot to play her down. So I think I currently prefer this Gion over this Zephyr, but the Zephyr is quite nice if you, like, are completely bricked up. But that's pretty much everything, I think. The deck is pretty cool. I enjoyed playing it a lot. It feels like the control style deck that I like, where you establish a big board of 2 bodies, or hopefully 3 bodies, and then you just try to prevent your opponent from playing the game with Ice Time, Red Rock, and Graveblade while slowly inching towards victory. And the new tools he got makes him so much more versatile, which is pretty cool. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know. If there's any leaders you want me to tackle, feel free to leave a comment. And apart from that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.